So this was last Sunday morning in Shakiso, which is down in the south, the Guji zone. And it's a real coffee center. You probably see Shakiso or Guji in the name of a lot of coffees. Really nice coffees. And the hotel that I'm staying at is just across from the Orthodox church. So I listened to this recording and it's incredibly loud, the sounds, the prayers from the church that they broadcast over a speaker from the tower. And I can listen to it. I tune it out. But maybe that's because I'm used to it from traveling. I'm not sure if this recording is listenable by most people, but I'm going to put it out there anyway because it's just talking about the coffee in the area and some thoughts about how the harvest is going. It's a coffee-centered recording from Shakiso last Sunday. This is Shakiso town in Shakiso area of Guji, southern Ethiopia. It's Sunday morning, and that is the Orthodox church, their prayers. I think the service, it starts at 6 a.m., my friend told me, and it ends at 9, so I think the prayers continue for a lot of the morning, though. But this area is definitely mixed between Islamic and Orthodox and Protestant faith. It's interesting in the town. I don't think there's a mosque nearby, but you'll be hearing two religions at once. I don't think it's any sort of competition. It's just... And I have to admit, this is a foreigner's observation, but when they recite the Quran or the call to prayer for Islam, they tend to have better voices than this. The Orthodox Church, yeah, I've heard some things that are a little hard, but hey, no complaints. It's funny too, I was once, I don't know where I was, but I was trying to remember on this trip because one time I woke up and heard the strangest form of prayer. I couldn't place it, and then I realized they were auto-tuning, just like music now, like voices. They were auto-tuning the prayers. So technology was stepping in there as a filter. So Shakiso's not honestly my favorite town, but the area is so beautiful and the farms here are so beautiful. It's just great to be here. I don't really know if this recording's going to be useful because it's so loud, but it's just busy. All the little bajaj, the little three-wheel, what you call tuk-tuk other places, or zipping around and stuff in the cities. In fact, the same company, Bajaj, now has tiny cars here. I guess that's a big issue in India, is they've made super affordable cars, but they're sort of creating a lot of clutter and pollution, traffic, so... Well, it's been a good trip, and I'm probably ready to get back to Addis after so many miles on the road. It's really, coffee travel is a lot of sitting, a lot. And I think that's just one of the many representations of sort of traveling that is just so distorted. Nobody's going to be taking proportional number of photos of to how they spend their hours, so that it ends up representing what their actual trip was. So if you did that, if every 20 minutes you took a photo of what you were actually doing at that moment, it'd be quite a different picture that you paint of travel. Would be sitting in a car, getting up and walking, then sitting in a car, etc. So it's kind of funny, and I think that no matter what you do, your images are going to misrepresent what the experience is. I guess you figure people understand that, but it seems like in the age of Instagram, there's always this distortion. Well, today we'll be headed out to a couple more stations that I haven't visited in this area. We were up in Taro area yesterday, and Hangari. I've been to those before, and I've been around this area, but there's new stations. There's so many new stations that have opened up the last 2 years since COVID. So getting a little frightening because they all compete against each other and then distort the market. So hopefully it doesn't get too crazy as it has in other countries, but we shall see. I'm going to go to 2 new ones today. And I think the issue this year I'm seeing is there's going to be kind of a shortage of wet process coffee, which, I really enjoy. I think that there's a focus more on natural coffee, and then of course for some people these crazy, anaerobics and these carbonic maceration and all these things, which are just interesting when you take a sip and not very palatable when you pour a cup. It's like just curious coffees, and I think that's neat and cool and gives people something to talk about. I think especially new roasters and countries where coffee's sort of a newer thing, they want to have some kind of an edge and something new to talk about. But when it comes to drinking, these coffees are produced using methods that are considered mistakes and defects. Even as little as 5 years ago, if you went to a washing station and they had a bag of cherry that had come in a day or two before and was rotting, that would just be something they would put into the low grade. Now that's something they're doing on purpose, and it goes in their coffee they sell for double and triple and quadruple the other coffees. So in that light, it doesn't make any sense. In another light, it's what people want and what they pay for, so it's good for the station. It's just driven by the customer taste. And a lot of roasters are really going for this. Not so much in the US, but other places definitely. At the same time, I was thinking, a lot of great culinary traditions are mistakes, like rotting cheeses that then become, a new method of making cheese. That's, or foie gras or some, a lot of French cuisine is like, you can imagine being some horrible mistake, moldy something or fermented, and then, hey, that's a new standard, a new haute cuisine. So maybe that's what we're seeing now with coffee, who knows, but I kind of just like coffee that's, nice and you want another cup. And I just don't feel that way about winey, vinegary, fermented coffee. So. All right, I better join the guys over here. I made them some Burundi coffee, and they were like, it's okay. So is the plan the same as we talked about yesterday?
Yes, but I didn't get the phone of Orthodox Coffee Plantation representative. I repeatedly called him.
Okay.
He didn't answer.
Well, let's see. So we would go to Guji Highland.
Guji Island site.
Which site?
Gidiye.
Right. And then when we finish up, we go to Bensai.